Hello Hivers, welcome to Honeybee Stamping Hive, where creative buzz is always in the air. I am Tashana Lundy, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Florida, serving customers all over the United States. And today we're going to be working on a very cute project. It's going to be a 3D project. I haven't done one of those in a very long time, but we're going to be using this cute stamp set, Back on Your Feet, for this little image here. We're also going to be using the Lighthearted Lines stamp set for one of the sentiments, the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper, along with the but Messages dies and the layering Diorama dies. Okay, so those are the products we're going to be using today. And before we get started, let's go over the buzzworthy business of the day. Of course, we still have our Designer Series paper sale going on. 15% off of select Designer Series papers from the annual catalog. Those papers are Beauty of the Earth, Bloom Where You're Planted, Hand Pinned, In Good Taste, In the Wild, Pansy Petals, which we are using today, Sweet Symmetry, Tidings of Christmas, and You're a Peach. Okay, so don't miss out on this great sale, 15% off. Then we have our kits collections. I want to keep reminding you of those because they can only be found online. So if you want to go look at those or shop for them, you can go to shopwithshana.stampinup.net, or you can go to Honeybee Stamping Hive as well, and there's a link that says shop. Just go to kits and they'll be listed there. We also have our paper pumpkin kit. Till August 10th, you can subscribe to get the Hope Box paper pumpkin kit designed by Shelly Gardner. This box contains enough supplies to create 9 cards and coordinating envelopes. And the box is intended to be used after you finish making all the projects that's inside. It's intended to be a keepsake, and like you can put things in, you know, for cherished memories and everything like that. So good. And I love the colors. You can see it's going to be butterflies and the colors look awesome. Okay, and then we have our join special that is always going on at Stampin' Up! To be a part of my team, Honeybee Stamping Hive, you can go to my blog and click Join My Team. And that consists of purchasing the starter kit for $99, and you'll get $125 worth of product with free shipping. And in your starter kit, you'll also get a business starter pack and a paper pumpkin. I would love to have you as a member of my team. And as always, we have our monthly host code. This code can be found on my blog or my Facebook page at Honeybee Stamping Hive. And this is the code that you would use if you want to purchase items through me. Okay? And I would love to have your business. And that is all of our buzzworthy business for today, and we're going to get started on our project. So what we're going to be making is a donut box. Yes, donut. Let me show you what I have. Some Krispy Kreme donut bites, apple cinnamon flavor. So I was inspired by the package for the colors that we're going to be using today, and I got the measurements for this box from, what is her name? Ruth Norton. So we're going to be using some, what is this? Evening Evergreen. I can't believe I forgot the name. This is my favorite color of the end colors, the Evening Evergreen. And that is cut at 8.5 by 10.5. Then we also have some soft succulent that I went ahead and cut out the third smallest diorama, layering diorama die. Then we have some scrap Evening Evergreen, and that is about a 1/2 inch strip. I think it's the 1/2 inch that came off when I cut it down to 10.5. And then we have our Designer Series paper, and we have 2 of those at 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. Then we have 2 at 1 1/4 by 6 3/4, and then we have 1 piece at 2 1/4 by 1 1/4. Okay, so we're going to get started by, oh, and we also have some scrap thick whisper white, thick basic white. We're going to get started by going ahead and scoring our box. So on the short side, on the 8.5 inch side, we're gonna score this at 2.5. Can you see this? Let me make sure you can see what I'm doing. 2.5, 4, 6.5, and 8. Okay, then we're going to rotate it, and we're going to score at 1.5 on the long side, 8.5, and 10. Okay, and that is all we're going to need this for. So let's get rid of this. Get our bone folder. Get that ready. So when we start, what do you call? Burnishing our score lines, we can do that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go ahead and stamp our image here. And I'm going to have some basic Tuxedo Memento black. Where's my stamp? And we're going to be using a little sloth. We're going to be coloring with some untraditional colors for a sloth, but it's the colors I wanted to use, so I'm going to do it. We're just going to stamp this. Yay, it fits. Stamp that down. And I have a bunch of stamping blends that we're going to use for this image. So I have the light and dark of the soft sea foam, the soft succulent light, dark basic black, light Blackberry Bliss, the ivory, and the bronze. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and color this, and I'll probably speed through this portion. Okay, now that we have all of that colored, I'm going to take my basic black and just dot his eyes, because when I colored over him, it kind of, you couldn't really see it. Then put the little dots back for his little snout there. And then we're going to fussy cut this. So I'll get my paper snips and just cut this out. And for his claws, I'm not going to try to get in between those little things, so I'm just going to do a little wiggle. Okay, now we have that all done. I did start making the border a little wider, as you can see, from when I started, because I did want more. So let's get rid of this trash. What do we need? Okay, what we need to do next is stamp our sentiment. So let me find that little scrap of green. We're gonna get some, where's my paper? Some scrap paper. And we're gonna heat emboss our image, our sentiment. So let me get some things for heat embossing. This is an embossing buddy that Stampin' Up no longer sells, but I do believe you can find them on Amazon. Some people even make their own. So we're going to be using the sentiment, I'm sorry for what I said when I was hangry. I think that's such a cute little saying. I like the word hangry. I think I'm hangry a lot because sometimes I forget to eat. So I'm gonna, that was Versamark ink, by the way. And this is the white embossing powder that comes in a trio within the basic Stampin' Emboss powder pack. Okay, so we're gonna just get this back into the container. We don't want to waste any of this powder because we can use it again. I'm going to close all of this stuff up before we get out our heat tool because we don't want to make a mess, because that stuff will fly everywhere. Okay. Okay, we have that done. And now we're going to get out the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, the Big Boss, because we're going to die cut this out using the messages dies. Where did I put them? So we're going to just die cut this out with this one, not on the scallop circle oval end, but this one right here. Okay, we have our sentiment cut out and heat embossed. Now we can get to making the box. Okay, so before I burnish these, I'm going to go ahead and do some cutting. So as you can see, we have one end that has two little sections here, and the other one just has one. So this is going to be the top, and this is the bottom. So on the bottom, we're just going to cut up all these score lines, cutting straight on the rectangle side. And then we're going to just take this. We're going to cut this down just a little. You can cut it in half, just cut off a little, however much you want. Then we're going to wedge in these sides. And wedging in and cutting those down just makes the box go together a little neater. And since this is the bottom, it doesn't really matter that these are not even. You're not going to see them. Okay, and then we're going to cut this off here. This little small rectangle we don't need, but we are going to angle cut that piece. Okay, then we're going to do basically the same thing. That's going to bother me. It's too crooked on this side. So we're just going to cut up all these score lines straight on the rectangles, wedging in on the squares. Try to do it straight. These do need to be a little straighter because you will see these. To determine which one of these flaps stays, when you put your box together, this is going to be the back. So I like for my boxes to close going to the back. If you like your boxes to close front, you would cut this one off. But since I like my boxes to close going towards the back, I'm going to cut off this flap here. Okay, so we don't need this one at all. And that is all of our cutting done. Then we're going to take our detailed trio punch and we're going to corner around that flap there. Punch. That's all we needed that for. And now let's burnish all of our score lines with our bone folder. And you can do this before you cut. It might make it a little easier because you won't have to fold up all these different flaps. But it's no order. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and adhere our designer series paper now. So let me see. So I know this panel is gonna be our front panel, so we're gonna do that one last. So let's start right here. Get my glue ready. This is some pretty paper. The Pansy Petals. We're not making anything but pansies. or petals. But we do have some leaves on our image to go with the leaves on the back of this paper, right? I love these colors together. They're so pretty. And we're going to get this one, the 1 1/4 inch. Put that there. Go to this side and do the other 1 1/4 inch. Now, you don't have to use designer paper to decorate your box. You could stamp on your cardstock before you score it. You could do whatever you want, really. That's the small piece that's going to go there. So before we put this last piece on, I want to add some of our Blackberry Bliss striped ribbon. This ribbon is so gorgeous. I'm going to just put a piece going straight across the middle. I'm trying to think, yeah, just one piece. I'm going to get my, what is this called? Stampin' Seal Plus. So just going to put a little bit on these edges here to grab hold to that ribbon. And if it's not exactly in the center, I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to make it a perfection. It's handmade. If I wanted it perfect, I would have bought it from the store. And we're just going to cut our ribbon off. Looks like I did that a little too tight. There we go. Now we can add our liquid glue and add this to the box. Okay. Oh, got a little inky there, glue on my work surface. Let's go ahead and line this up. Center that in that panel there. There we have that done. And now we're going to put the box together. So we're going to get some liquid glue on this little panel here. This is our flap to connect the box together. I want to make sure I get plenty of glue here. You want to use a strong adhesive when you're making boxes and bags and things. Fold over now. And we're just going to line this up, edge to edge. I'm going to make sure these score lines meet up. Okay, I'm going to put my bone folder inside the box to make sure that that adheres all the way down. Okay, and then on these, let's see, this is the front of my box. So I want to put this one in first from the back, and then I'm going to put some glue on these flaps here. Oh, I shouldn't have pushed that in. So we're going to just adhere that there. Then we're going to put some adhesive on this flap here. And the reason I put the big flap in first is because I don't want these little ones to show on the inside of the box, but it will add support just by being there. Okay, then I'm going to get a long ruler to press down in the box to make sure that bottom is nice and secure. Okay, then we have our donuts here. We're gonna just slide that right on in. Fold in our sides. Box is closed. Now we can decorate. So we have our layering diorama piece. Oh my goodness, you guys, I think I lost the sloth. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Oh goodness. So we're gonna put that there like this. And then we have our sentiment, and that's gonna go on here. I think I'm gonna move this that way. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So let's go ahead and put some glue in the center of this and adhere it down to the box. Didn't I just say I want to move it this way? I did. We're gonna adhere our sloth down. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to try to get this ink off of his face, didn't I? We'll see if that works in a minute. This is the color lifter. Just trying to get some of that Blackberry Bliss off of the ivory there. Okay, so now let's adhere this down. Oh, don't come up, stay down. Whoa, that's a lot. That is a lot of glue. Okay, I'm gonna take that, place him right in the middle of this. I should have embossed. That would have been cute. If I would have embossed this diorama piece. I can't even reach in. My fingers are too short. Okay, and I think I want to get some dimensionals and pop up our sentiment. So let's get some mini dimensionals. Like, what is it sticking to? Oh, I have glue on my finger. Okay, so this is the end part. Since the sentiment is so small, I want to make sure you can see it. Let me close up this glue. Get this stuff out of the way. And I just want to put this about right here. Just put that on there like that. And I think I want to tie a bow. Let's get some more ribbon and tie a little bow. A little bitty bow. That's all I want. I don't want to use my paper snips. I need to get some different scissors to cut this ribbon. Okay. And we can put this right there. What a glue dot. And yes, I used these glue dots from my paper pumpkin kits because I have them. So I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna use them until they're gone, which is probably gonna be never, because I get the paper pumpkin every month. And it seems like every month I get more glue dots and dimensionals too. I have a lot of dimensionals, but I use dimensionals more than glue dots, so I'll probably run out of those. But there. That is our cute little box. I was wondering if I needed to put some bling, but I don't think so. I think it's good just like this. Let me close this back up. Isn't that cute? Cute little donut box. Really cute. Okay, you guys, that is all I have for you today. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I want to thank you for buzzing by the Hive today. Until next time, buzz you later.